Hey everybody, it's Roger from Roger's Reviews, and it is Friday, and it is time to open some boxes. Oh, here's a heavy one right here. So, move this back. Box I got from Amazon. Kind of bulky. See what's in this bad boy. We've been slow, so I've been trying not to buy anything on Amazon, but I had a friend that was in need, and I thought I could help him out. Box inside a box. It's like Christmas time. This is, there's two things in here. What is it? Cool. This is something I bought for my buddy. He just bought a brand new, or well, not brand new to him, Chevy Bolt. It is an EV. It's almost like a, kind of like a crossover. It's a hatchback four-door. It gets up to 240 miles per charge. Has around a 60 kilowatt battery. But the problem is, not everyone always has the ability to charge it. And I was an electrician for 5 years, so I'm not afraid of electricity like some people are. Even though I've had the shit shocked out of me a few times. And I've been shocked by 220. One time I was up on a ladder, and I was in my 20s. Of course I was working out a lot then. I was in a lot better shape. And the guy I was working for, he had a rush job. And we couldn't turn the power off. And so I was up on a ladder, and one of the electricians or whoever that did the job before, I was pulling electrical wires out of a 4-square box in the ceiling, and someone had not put a wire nut on the wire. And so when I reached in there to pull the wires out, I got hit by 220, which was powering the lights. And of course I was wearing a t-shirt, and the elbows were touching the ceiling grid because I was up inside the grid, and I got locked in there. I couldn't get away. So basically the only thing I could do, I kicked the ladder out from under me, and I fell down, landed on my feet, but that 220 went through me. And I tell you what, I felt like I worked out the hardest I ever worked out for days because I was sore. But luckily that's all it did, was made me sore. But I really appreciate, and I'm very careful on 220. I always make sure the power's off. So anyway, as long as your power's off, and this is what your basically your level 2 chargers are. It's basically a dryer plug. So, man, these things are flying by me. I just missed a call. Anyway, they do not wait. So this is, can you pronounce it? EV portable charger user's manual. Okay. Here's the little spiel. Now, most people don't want to install these themselves, so they usually hire an electrician. But since I was an electrician for 5 years, I did everything from residential, commercial to light industrial. So we did single phase, dual phase, 3-phase. I mean, we did it all. And I had a little of experience in everything. I worked for Biltmore Electric in Phoenix, Arizona. And I got really familiar with wiring up everything for myself. So this is, if you have an EV, this is what you need right here. You need a dryer outlet, which I installed. And the reason I got this type of outlet is because I already had one, and I had a buddy that didn't want to wait, and I went to Home Depot, got everything I needed to install. I bought a 2-pole breaker. I bought, some Romex, and it has to be at least 10 gauge wire. And I bought an outlet that fit this plug because I already had a plug, and he wanted to charge right away. Within about 15 or 20 minutes after we got to his house, I had him up and running and charging. And now he's charging at 20, 30 miles an hour. So when he wakes up in the morning, needless to say, that Chevy Bolt is full and ready to roll. So I let him borrow my my charger, and so I bought another one. So basically, he can either have that one, or I can take this where I take this for myself. So either way, I got a great deal on it. It was only like 159 bucks, and it didn't come with anything else besides the charger and the plug. So I don't want to open this because in case he wants this, I want to basically have it to where it's brand new for him. I just want to open up the package and let you know what it was. Also too, if you order one of these are only like $5. These are the little mounting assembly. 4 bolts, you put it on the wall, and then you can clip. It just has the same thing your car has a place to clip on it. So basically you're not hanging it on something or tripping over it. It's nice and neat. You plug in your car, you plug it in here, and vice versa, and you always know where the plug's at. It keeps it nice, neat, tidy off the floor, keeps it from getting broken or stepped on or ran over. So buy this for $5, buy this for 150 bucks. So under 160 bucks, you are set. When I went to Home Depot and picked up everything I needed for the dryer outlet, we had to buy 15 foot or 20 foot of Romex 10 gauge wire, which was 25 bucks. All the other things we needed was the plug, the cut-in box, what else? Connector, cover plate, and then I also bought a couple keyhole saw, which I had, I just didn't have time to go get. So everything included was 50 bucks. So if you take out the keyhole saw, and the Romex will do like 10 different installs. So basically it's way under 50 bucks in materials if you can go yourself or have a buddy that's an electrician go and install a dryer outlet, which is real close to your fuse panel, which most of the time down here in Florida is in the garage. And you have, you know, I usually try to install it as close as I can, close to the panel, because the further you go away from the panel, basically you lose power. So you want to go as close as you can to the panel. And this cord here is like 20 feet or 25 feet or whatever. So it's not going to hurt to put it close to the panel, and then you're going to have 20 feet from wherever the panel's at to your car. I did the same thing for my mom. She has a panel right inside her garage. I put 2 dryer outlets underneath, and so she can charge anywhere in the garage, anywhere outside the garage, anywhere in the driveway, or anywhere in the yard up to 20 feet. So if you want, I mean, she can charge 2 cars anywhere in her front yard or in her driveway or in her garage. So this is an excellent way to go if you don't want to spend like, because these have surge, you have a breaker, which is going to, a 2-pole breaker is going to pop the breaker off if anything happens to those 2 circuits. So you're not going to single phase. It's going to shut off, and then you have a surge suppressor in here. So basically anything faults, like a ground fault or anything like that, you can even get a ground fault fuse. So basically you can be double protected on your fuses and this, and then also to your car. Everything's I've been doing the same thing for 4 or 5 years with my Nissan Leaf. I've never had a problem. I wouldn't recommend, you know, charging outside in the pouring rain, even though we've done that before. I would try to make sure, you know, you don't have anything plugged in and the cord's laying on the ground, especially this part. I've seen on the videos they submerge this in water. I wouldn't recommend it, but they're supposed to be watertight. I have plugged in the rain, but basically it's just a plug. It's not anything laying down in the water. I usually keep everything in the garage or everything on a hook off the ground. But like I said, I'm just taking extra precautions, so you know, I don't want to get shocked. Anyway, if you guys want one of these, go on Amazon. They're only like 159 bucks. Very inexpensive. You know, that way you guys don't have to spend, you know, like if you get a Tesla charger or you get one of these aftermarket chargers, sometimes they want like $1,000 or $1,500, and it has some extra stuff in there to where, you know, you can hook up your phone to it, and it'll let you know basically, you know, if you're how much charge you're using, blah blah blah. But a lot of times you can have an app on your phone that hooks to your car and tell you the same information. So honestly, you don't really need a $2,000 or $3,000 home charger level 2. You can just plug in like everybody else does in their dryer outlet. And what's the difference? Instead of plugging in your dryer outlet, put a dryer outlet that is more convenient to your car and to your panel. And you might even charge even faster because it's closer to the circuit. So anyway, this is Roger's Reviews. Get an electrician or find a buddy that's an electrician to hook you up. Me and my buddy are actually thinking about doing a local service, because there's going to be so many people that need chargers in their house, and make it inexpensive for them to transition over to driving an EV. That way they don't have to worry about this big expense of putting a charger in the garage, because a lot of people don't realize all it is a dryer outlet, and you're going to get just as much power, you're just going to get just as much efficiency plugging into a 220 outlet, which is the same thing as they use. They just have some extra electronics that tell you a little bit more information to hook up to your phone. But you know, we got enough information unless you're real techie and you have to know every single volt that goes into everywhere. Anyway, thanks for watching. Crush the like button, and we'll see you next time. And don't be afraid to switch over. It's not expensive. Have a great day.